Lenora Lockett. We have a quorum.
Okay, at this time, we have the review of the minutes from November 30th. I'm going to make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second, this is Dale.
Seconded by Councilman Miller. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, the minutes are approved. Moving on to public comment. Do we have anyone from the public that wishes to speak? Please do so now. Okay, no public comment. Moving on to contracts and awards.
First item, BC 2020-642, County Council submitting an RFP exemption on requisition 2808, which will result in a payment to Milestones Autism Resources in the amount of $100,000 for operational support for the Help Desk Capacity Building Initiative for the period January 1st, 2020 through December 31st, 2021, and recommending the payment in connection with said RFP exemption.
Sharon, good morning. This is Trevor. I'll take this one. Board control members, this is a council-initiated program. This will be the third and fourth year of this operational support. It's $50,000 per year to Milestones Autism Resources. This funding goes for one of their programs that helps families with a child on the autism spectrum learn how to advocate on behalf of their child, access vital services, and prioritize their child's short and long-term needs. This support enables Milestone to address the rapidly expanding need for these services in Cuyahoga County, and this helps over 70% of the clients they serve.
Okay, thank you, Trevor. Are there any questions from the board members on this item?
Yes, this is Dale, and my question is, why is this request coming so late in the funding cycle?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think our staff was having some issues with the system, as well as they thought they would be able to process this since it was under the $100,000 mark on their own. But I think with the new rules around encumbrance of funds and stuff, they've been working with OPD probably for 2 or 3 months on this item to ultimately get this check issued. I just think it was a misunderstanding of the process.
Okay, are there further questions from the board on this item?
Just a follow-up, Dan Baker.
Mm-hmm.
So, Trevor, so are they waiting to be paid $50,000 when this is hopefully approved at this meeting?
Yeah, that's correct, Nancy. Once approval is given, and then the funds can be encumbered, and then a check can be issued to Milestone. They have been waiting patiently for these funds.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay, hearing no further questions, I will make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second, Miller.
Seconded by Councilman Miller. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Item approved. Next item, please.
Next item, BC 2020-643, Department of Information Technology, recommending an award on requisition 47209 and enter into a contract with Privado LLC in the amount not to exceed $150,000 for sourcing for temporary information technology staff augmentation services for the period December 7th, 2020 through December 6th, 2021.
Good morning, Janelle Green on behalf of the Department of IT. This contract was part of an RFP, a larger RFP for staff augmentation services for the IT department that was posted earlier this year in February. Of the 32 vendors that we sent it out to, 15 proposals were submitted and 2 bids were approved. We are presenting today the first of those approved bids to Privado LLC. This contract would provide, again, staff augmentation services and contractors to help with IT website projects. This would help us to adhere to project deadlines and work schedules, and we would be able to secure services under budget and as needed for the services that we need for them to provide. So these are contractors that provide skilled web development services and user experience services when we are trying to convert over our websites.
Thank you, Janelle. Are there questions from the board on this item?
Mayor Baker, one question.
Sure.
So does this integrate at all with the ERP system?
No, this isn't. This is not an integration piece for the ERP systems. These are more for our traditional websites. When you go to cuyahoga.county.us or any of our websites, this is not specific to ERP.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Councilman Miller?
I had the same question as Nan.
Oh, very good. Any further questions from the board then? Hearing none, I'll make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second, this is Dale.
Seconded by Councilman Miller. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Item approved. Next item.
Next item, BC 2020-644, Department of Information Technology, recommending an award on requisition 48807 and enter into a contract with Moncito Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $27,900 for a cloud-based software tool to identify accessibility and quality assurance issues for the period December 7th, 2020 through December 6th, 2021.
Good morning again, Janelle Green from the Department of IT. This product from Moncito is again a cloud-based software compliance tool. This will allow our web design department to develop the websites in accordance to the American with Disabilities Act and the Website Compliance and Governance Act that are federally required when governments are establishing websites. This product will be used by our web designers and developers in order to scan and test our web pages. They do provide support and training for the users. We did have a similar product that we used in the past that the web team deemed insufficient for their needs, and that's why we posted this informal bid for this particular software compliance tool.
Thank you, Janelle. Are there questions from the board on this item?
I have one question, Ann Baker.
Sure.
So first of all, on the backup, it says that this project is new to the county. Is that mistaken?
That is mistaken. We've been using another tool in the past called Power Mapper. So this particular product is new to the county, but the project itself is not.
Okay. And we have been working with Do It for quite a while, at least in the time that I've been here. Is there any reason why they would not have, in this particular case, the software that's as compatible as the new Moncito offers? It just seems odd to change horses when they're so involved in other parts of our, especially our ERP system.
Right. Well, there's a couple of different things here. The ERP is for internal use for the most part. When we're talking about with the use of this product, this is the Power Mapper replacement for the public-facing websites. So when we have public-facing websites, we have to comply with the federal government as far as how the accessibility requirements and things like that. So we have to make sure when we're doing any edits to any of those products or websites, that face the public, that we're ensuring that all of our residents can access the information that they need and be able to view it or see it or to get sound as if when the pages are being read back to them in compliance with the ADA. So that's what the product That's what the product is helping us to make sure that we are compliant and make sure that it has an ease of use for our residents. So there's a couple of different things. So when we're talking about this website, this product for our website, we're talking about for the cuyahogacounty.us and all of those like pages. We're not talking about ERP.
Okay. On the back of, if I may, the technology items, they list A through D. It'd be helpful if we could maybe indicate when we're talking about the different technology pieces, whether it's internal or external. Are the services covered by the original ERP budget? Is the item ERP approved? Are the purchases compatible with the new ERP system? If those questions could be NA, after each one of them, then
Sure.
we wouldn't have to be asking whether or not there's a relationship between the external and internal and if they need to be compatible.
Sure, that's fair. We can definitely do that moving forward.
Great, thank you.
Sure.
Any further questions from the board on this item? Hearing none, then I'll make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second. This is Dale.
Seconded by Councilman Miller. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Item approved. Next item.
Next item, BC 2020-645, Department of Health and Human Services, Cuyahoga Job and Family Services, recommending awards on requisition 2259 and enter into a master contract with various providers in the total amount not to exceed $481,000.25 for SNAP to Skills Employment and Training Services for the period October 1st, 2020 through September 30th, 2021, with Lutheran Metropolitan Ministry in the amount not to exceed $133,025, with the Centers for Families and Children in the amount not to exceed $114,000, with Towards Employment in the amount not to exceed $120,000, and with the Spanish American Committee in the amount not to exceed $114,000.
Good morning, Paul Porter, Health and Human Services on behalf of Cuyahoga Job and Family Services. These are awards on an RFP that we did for the SNAP to Skills Employment Training Services program, which is a program where individuals that are receiving those supplemental nutrition assistance program dollars, more commonly referred to as food stamps, can access job and employment training. This is not a new project to the county. We just had contracts with vendors that expired September 30th of this year. So that's why we have a start date of October 1st for this one. This RFP was conducted during the summer, and it was a tight window to get it through the new contract management system and before the Board of Control, which is my way of explaining why it's a little bit behind. We haven't done any new referrals to these vendors since September 30th, but we are using that 10/1 start date in case there are clients that were receiving services at the end of the prior agreement who may have carried over and are still receiving services in the meantime.
Thank you, Paul. Are there questions from the board on this item? Hearing none, then I will make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second, this is Trevor.
Seconded by Mr. McAleer. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Item approved. Next item, or moving on, please.
Moving on to exemptions. Item BC 2020-646, Department of Public Works, recommending to amend Board of Control Approval Number BC 2020-211, dated April 6, 2020, which amended various Board of Control approvals, which authorized an alternative procurement process resulting in purchase orders to various providers for medical, surgical, and animal care services for the period February 1st, 2017 through December 31st, 2021, by changing the amount not to exceed from $400,000 to $600,000.
Good morning, Tom Pavich, Department of Public Works. This item, we're looking to just amend the previously approved alternative procurement process. This is for the county kennel. This is for medical and emergency services for the dogs that they provide services for. The exemption or the alternate procurement process goes until the end of next year. We're just adding additional allowable funds. All purchase orders will still come back to the board for approval, but this is the alternative procurement process for those.
Thank you, Tom. Are there any questions from the board on this item? Hearing none, then I'll make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second, this is Dale.
Seconded by Councilman Miller. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item approved. Next item.
Thank you.
Next item, BC 2020-647, Department of Development submitting an RFP exemption on requisition 4255, which will result in an award recommendation to Hunger Network of Greater Cleveland in the amount not to exceed $500,000 to provide food assistance services to eligible residents adversely affected by the COVID-19 pandemic for the period January 1st, 2021 through December 31st, 2022.
Good morning, Sarah Parks Jackson with the Department of Development. This is a request that will allow us to contract with the Hunger Network of Greater Cleveland to provide food service to those residents who have been affected by COVID-19. The funding is from the Federal Community Development Block Grant Funds that were allocated from the CARES Act. The Hunger Network was selected as it can cover the urban county communities that our CDBG dollars that's our service area. And in addition, they will focus on fresh fruits and vegetables and the delivery of the food to the pantries that are part of their network, and they will also provide distribution sites in our communities that do not have pantries.
Thank you, Sarah. Are there questions from the board on this item? Hearing none, I'll make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second, this is Dale.
Seconded by Councilman Miller. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Item approved. Moving on.
Thank you.
Moving on to the consent agenda, item BC 2020-648.
Board members, please take a moment to review. Are there any questions on today's consent agenda item? Okay, hearing none then, I'm going to make a motion to approve today's consent agenda item. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Ms. Nicole English. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, today's consent agenda is approved. Moving on to other business. No other business?
No other business at this time.
Okay, at this time, I'm going to call for any public comment. Feel free to speak now. Once, twice, three times. Okay, no public comment. Therefore, I will make a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Dale.
Lee Tucker. All those in favor?